Hey guys, Jess here. I have the wave paw dog ramp right here, and I want to go through the bits and pieces and like the fun, so you can see the dogs actually using it. Um, First off, I love that you can't see it, but it's got like a little traction, little grooves, which really helps the dogs like get their feeding, footing. So they're not sliding all over the place. I do like these hooks. So it comes with hooks and then leashes, so you can tie it to your boat. You can tie it to the dock, wherever you need to tie it to. Everything fits in this, whew, with this lovely bag right here. Um, it's got long handles, which is nice, and it zips shut. It's got a couple extra pieces in here. I'm not 100% sure what everything is for. So that's like a patch in case it gets broken, which is pretty cool. In this little container, there's several of these ropes, so you can attach these ropes on the front and the back. There's these hooks down here, the same as this one up here. It comes with a manual pump, like so. I prefer to use an electric pump, but that's me. It also has these bags right here. So we noticed, like when we had this at the pond, that if we put a couple heavy rocks in there, it pulls the back end down a little bit and it makes it easier for the ramp to kind of stay down. So as you can see, this is the top. This is like an extra little step for them. This is what the back looks like, and the bottom. So down here, this is your ramp. As you can see, it's got these little grooves right here. I do recommend, before you take this out in the lake and like we're gonna have some fun with our dog, teach your dog, because we went to the pond first and it was a big mishap for us. That was totally my fault, and I'll show you guys here in just a second. But then I've been working with him in the pool and he's really seemed to catch on to it. So take a look.
As you can see, I have Captain on a long line here, and that's because there was a groundhog on the other side of the pond that he was more interested in, but once he knew that he was on leash and couldn't get to it, he would stay with us. So that added an extra struggle to teaching him, like right here, so we got caught on the pole. This is where I definitely dropped the ball and failed, because I should have practiced this at home and taught him how to use it before just thinking that he would just catch on. But he was starting to catch on here, although at this point I had already fallen in the mud. He'd gotten tangled a couple times. I didn't like the idea of him being on a long line in the water. As much as this was not a success for me, I do think that it was a big success in the fact that we practiced at the pond, and I realized we needed to practice at home more in the pool before we take this out on the lake. And as you can see here, this is a smaller environment that's more controlled. I don't have to use the long line because there's not a groundhog on the other side of the pond that he's going after. And he very quickly figured out that the ramp is there to hold him. And although this is the size for his bigger brothers, he is able to use it as a smaller dog.